everybody? It's your girl Deja Jasmine with the Deja Talk Show, where we allow our obstacles to build us and not break us. Y'all like that? I like it too. Alright, so to my right, I do have Devoe with me. Do you mind introducing yourself really quick?
Hey everyone, my name is Devoe Sherman, serial entrepreneur and speaker.
Okay, so serial entrepreneur. So like, what kind of businesses do you do?
Just a little bit about myself. My mother had me at 14 years old, and I do have a PhD, which means poor, hungry, determined. And with that, that's how I became the serial entrepreneur. Right now, currently, I run First Generation Leaders of America. It's a holistic mentoring program, so we go inside high schools, elementary schools, and we develop life and leadership programs for youth 7 through 24. The journey of entrepreneurship is a tough one, and you have to be able to be resilient and consistent to remain in this game.
Okay, so First Generation Leaders of America, right?
Right.
Okay, so what is that exactly? Like, what do you do with that?
Yeah, so we pretty much support, we go inside schools and we support teachers. And the biggest thing is teachers don't have a lot of support, so we're kind of like that support staff, and we pretty much teach like a whole classroom on life skills and leadership development. So we'll take on about 30 to 40 students. There's a mentor in the room, and there's also a facilitator. So a facilitator goes in the room, and we talk about numerous topics: bullying, self-discovery, learning about who you are as a person, conflict resolution, anger management, personal branding, just a lot of different things that's affecting them on a personal level.
Yeah, so when I think about it, you know, a lot of people can speak on things such as what you do and
Right.
what you speak on with the youth. It's because they were personally affected by stuff like that. So were you personally affected by anything that you go and talk to the youth about, such as bullying or self-branding or self-discovery?
Yeah, definitely. So I would say growing up, bullying was definitely one of the number one factors that allowed me to become an outlier in a sense, because I mean, if you look at my physique, I'm only 5'6", 155 pounds, so kind of like with that being said, I'm pretty most likely to get picked on at school.
Yeah.
And also not having the Jordans and, you know, the builds and the nice, you know, shirts and shoes or whatnot. I always was bullied on because I didn't have that. I always had an off-brand type of thing. But the thing I think I did for myself was I didn't allow that to stop me. Like, you know, I pushed forward. And again, I kind of always been that person to follow like my own journey.
Yeah.
And I think that's what kind of helped me overcome, you know, the bullying. So.
Yeah, and that's like really major nowadays, because you know, like a lot of people will let that affect them like in the most negative way possible. And, you know, they wouldn't be able to move on from it, or you know. So
Definitely.
that actually kind of takes me into my next question. So I went on your social media one day. Don't think I'm a creep. I went on your social media one day. I was doing some research on you, and I'm just like, okay, build bridges, not walls.
Yeah.
What's that quote, and like, what was your whole concept and dilemma about that?
Yeah, I really just think as a culture we need to build more bridges, and just because there's so many things that we've been through, 400 years of slavery, and all those different variety of things that affect us personally, from stopping us from building with each other, from building that bridge of hope, you know, sensitivity, rejection, and just a lot of different things that we go through that we normally don't talk about. I can remember a few times that being an entrepreneur, I was rejected so many times from different schools, people, you know, people that were leaders, people that looked like me, and said, we don't want you here because we don't know you.
Yeah.
So it was just like, you know, Dad, you know, I'm young, I'm just trying to get it. And the thing was, again, I became that resilient serial entrepreneur by not allowing the stigma of, young black male to define like who I was.
Yeah, for sure.
On my journey. So, and I always kept this in the back of my mind, like there's always been people that paved the way for us. And with that being said, it's like we have to do the same for the next generation, and we have to do that for each other. And if we can't come together, like nobody is going to be here to save us.
Right.
So we have to save ourselves. So that's why I want to build more bridges and not walls.
Right. So like building bridges is like helping the next person out.
Yeah, you know, just
like
yeah,
getting them to cross that border.
Yeah, you know, connecting people together. You know, so.
So like, and another thing is you say don't hate, love me. Don't hate me, love me, or something like that. So like,
yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that too.
Yeah, because I just, you know, and especially with just in like African American community, or even just in the Cincinnati culture, what I noticed is a lot of people like we hate on each other. Like and that's a real fact. Like we really do, instead of praising somebody for, you know, creating their own business or getting a new job or, you know, whatever the case is, like let's help each other, build each other up. Let's not like hate, like don't hate me, love me.
Yeah.
Type of thing. And I feel like we have to just show more love, because love conquers all. And I know I'm a man of faith, so like love is like the biggest thing that I always try to have in the back of my head when I'm meeting with somebody, or when somebody does something wrong to me. Like I kind of let that love override all things, because love conquers all.
You a strong person, because no, seriously, not everybody can do that. Like it's easier said than done, and it's like even if you want to do something like that, it just takes every bit of somebody to actually like go for it with that. So that's really significant, and I really like that about you, by the way. So so that takes me into my next question. So how did you come with the concept of first generation leaders of America?
Yeah, it all started when I graduated high school, Woolbert 2012, Go Bulldogs. And I started that concept after I left there. I went to UC, and they told me that I can start an organization. Mm-hmm. And the first thing that came to mind was, well, I am a first generation college student. So that's how that came. And then I'm like, well, I am a leader. I do stand out. I have a lot of friends, but at the same time, I'm an outlier. And I was like, we live in America right now. I was going to say Africa, but it didn't make sense type of thing, because I want to go back to the roots. But yeah, so that's how the name, that's how I founded the name. And it just really just means so much to me, because again, I was kind of like the first to do everything. The first high school, college, first to start a business, and just to do so much. Like I'm like at the top of the list. And it's really just been a blessing, and it's been a journey also with doing this. And like I said, like it's, you know, you start something and you hope people support it, you know, like family, friends. Yeah. And I'll tell you, like I started out with like 5 partners. And over the years, like as I started to want to grow and do more things, people just started to fall by the waistline. Like, you know, people just didn't want to ride the wave anymore, because it wasn't so fun. It wasn't so creative anymore. It got too serious, and it got too structured for people to stay on board. And I think a lot of times when you're doing entrepreneurship, that happens. And I think it's okay that happened, because I'd rather for it to happen now than later on. Right. Because I'm more successful by myself than being with a group of people that's not for my best interest. Yeah, for sure. And like I remember you were saying like CPS partners, like how you go to public schools, and like that's something serious that like a lot of people can't handle. But like, yeah, you said they were like riding a wave or whatever. Like, did they fall off prior to you start speaking at CPS? Yeah. As I got, you know, bigger, the name started to get out there, and they just got so big that they just wasn't ready for it. And I understood that. I'm like, okay, that's fine. You know, I can handle it. I can handle the media, the news, and the attention that I'm getting for basically being a person that's self-made. Yeah. And that's what happened. And I'm fine with it. Like, I can handle the pressure, you know, because I apply pressure myself on people. So apply pressure. Definitely. So, yeah.
So how exactly did you get partnered with them?
So basically, like I told you before, a lot of schools rejected me, but I still continued to call them, like, every day. Like, I called, like, even though, like I always tell people, even though you don't like me, you still have to respect me. And I know, like, even if you don't like me, I know that you need me. And that was kind of like with the CPS, like, not every school, like, wants, you know, a black man teaching kids type of thing. And that's just kind of coming from my perspective. But again, I applied that pressure to him. So it was just like, man, he consistent. Like, you still here? It's the 5th year. Like, you still here. You still calling us. Like, what is it? Like, and I'm like, this is me. Like, I'm passionate about what I'm doing. Like, this is what I live for. This is my dream. Like, I found my purpose in life and what I wanted to do. And I'm going to still keep calling because them kids need me. And whatever I got to do, like, by any means necessary, I'm going to apply that pressure and I'm going to go get it. Like, so, and that's pretty much what happened. I took no for an answer.
So, like, you know, when you go, like, to schools and speak with kids and stuff, some of them kids be bad. Definitely. I know you come across some, like, short attention span of kids. I shouldn't call them bad, just short attention spans. So, like, how do you get them to engage with the conversations? Because, you know, like, a lot of kids don't want to hear stuff like, oh, don't bully. Like, how do you get them to engage in the actual conversation and be determined to understand what you're talking about?
Well, I think it's almost, I found myself doing what rappers do. It's all about how you look, stage presence, the flow of what you're saying, how you look. Kids look at that. So I'm up on the stage, I feel like I'm a rapper in a sense. So it's a pretty dope concept because that's how I get them to engage to what I'm saying. And then the other thing is I look like them. And plus I'm young too, so I can relate to the language. I kind of use their, you know, their lingo to kind of, you know, say what they're saying so they can kind of hear what I'm saying. Like, and again, I apply that pressure to them. So they like, hey, like, I know we cool, we chilling, we laughing, we joking, but now it's time to get a little serious. So I kind of already from the jump established that dominance as well. Like, yeah, we can be fun, we can play, but at the same time, let's really go get it. Like, this is what it's really about. And like I tell them, like, I come from the struggle. Like, I know what it means not to have a hot meal. I know what it feels like to have, you know, your stepdad beating on your mom and having a young mom and not having a role model or somebody that you can look up to. I know what it feels like. And, you know, once they hear that message, it's like, damn, like that's powerful. Like, you know, even at some of the schools I go to and they be off the chain, other kids come to me like, damn, man, that was powerful. Like, I'm going through the same thing. Like, and that's really, your words really going to help me get through. Like, I have, and at times it really feels like a local celebrity because all the kids that come up to me, they hug me, they dap me up, they want to take pictures, they want to do this, they want to do that. So, I mean, it's fun, man. Like, I love it. Like, for real. It's dope.
That's super dope. I feel like, okay, you want to take a picture with me? Like, come on, let's go ahead.
Yeah, it's like, man, I love it. Like, it's dope.
And that's another big thing about entrepreneurship. You actually have to love what you do. Otherwise, it's gonna feel like you sitting in a corporate job all day. Like, if you don't have a passion for what you're doing. So I really like that, which kind of takes us into our Spice It Up segment, because I love what I do, and I love to do the Spice It Up segment. So today we're going to be doing categories. So we're going to have 2 letters, and then we're going to have, like, different categories that we're going to have to, like, write stuff out that starts with that letter. This is going to be crazy, because I be blanking out sometimes. And I just be thinking like, So we're going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to be right back with some paper, some pens, and you better come with your A game, even though I'm going to lose probably. But, okay, so we got...
I'm so ready.
He's trying to cheat.
I'm ready.
I just explained the game. He already trying to cheat, y'all. We got 1 minute and 30 seconds. Of course, you're not going to have to sit through that whole thing. So I wouldn't. But, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Ready, set, go. Okay, do you have anything for a verb?
I don't.
This might not be a verb, y'all, but moving, is that a verb?
What's the action?
Move.
Move.
Oh, okay. We're gonna say move. Okay, do you got a dance move?
Nah.
I don't either. Song?
Nope.
Motivation by Kelly Rowland.
What?
That's a point. Do you got a city?
Massachusetts.
Okay. I said okay, and then I'm like, hold on, wait, what? And sound effects to that. Alright. Do you have anything for business?
Money seeds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you. Okay.
Local, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You got one for hobby?
Nothing.
I'm sorry, guys. Body part?
Nothing.
Muscle.
Who would have thought of that?
Okay. Any food?
Nah.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese?
It start with an M.
But it got an M with an M too, right?
No.
Oh, come on.
It just gotta start with. Oh my
That's
gosh.
whack. Mac and
Okay.
cheese?
Movie?
Nah.
Mama, the scary movie. I never watched it.
So how can you put it if you ain't watched it?
Oh, cause it's a movie. Superhero?
Nah.
No. Animal?
Nope.
I got monkey. Vehicle?
Mazda.
Got a Maybach. Maybach music. Name?
Matthew.
Mason. Good job. That's a good
White
one.
boy name. Yeah.
You have a restaurant written down?
I did.
I got McDonald's.
That was a good one.
And a career.
I put Mopper.
Okay, maybe I get too serious in this game because I said mortician.
Damn.
Okay.
Whatever came to mind, like, couldn't think of nothing.
Joke's over. That was fun though.
Yeah.
That Spice It Up segment was kind of fun. Kind of picked my brain a little bit, but I did a lot better than I thought I would do.
Yeah.
It's okay. Massachusetts is not a city though.
I know. I ain't think somebody was gonna keep it, but I tried it.
It's okay. He tried. That's all that mattered. So, all right. To wrap things up. So, what advice do you have to anybody that might be trying to become an entrepreneur or a speaker?
Yeah, I would say faith without work is dead. So if you don't put in the work, then there's no point of doing it. Like, there's no point of trying to start something you're not going to put in the work. Mm-hmm. Be prepared to grind and stay up late. Don't go. You're going to be up at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Be okay with losing sleep and losing friends and family, and also take care of yourself. Self-care is definitely huge. I know the first 3-4 years I did not take care of myself, but now I do it. I do everything from my nails, feet, my hair. I mean everything. Like holistically, I try to make sure that I'm good. I'm ready to go because I do travel a lot as well when it comes to speaking and different things like that. So I got to make sure I look good on the stage and different things like that. But other than that, walk by faith and not by sight. So the other thing, so with that being said, sometimes you're not going to see the whole staircase, but that doesn't mean anything. You just have to be patient, be resilient, and maintain consistency. So.
For sure. That's stuff that I'm still working on though as an up and coming entrepreneur. So yeah, you just touched me. You just touched me. Okay, so does anybody need to know like any upcoming moves that you maybe
just I would say, just follow me on social media to see what I got up and coming.
What are your social medias?
At Devoe Sherman, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, just at Devoe Sherman. And it's spelled Devoe. Some people spell Devoe, and then last name Sherman. You also can follow the business page at Leaders of America, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. So.
For sure. Well, thank you so much for coming on here today. Everything that you said was super significant.
Thank you.
I feel inspired.
Definitely.
So,
Inspired.
what's your quote again? Can you give us your quote again?
Build bridges, not walls.
So don't forget, keep building those bridges. Don't tear each other down. Build each other up. Support each other. Love one another. Don't hate one another, because we all just trying to be successful here, okay?
Exactly.
Okay.
Aspire and inspire.
Oh, that's so crazy. Did you see my quote or something?
Yeah,
Aspire to inspire.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Look at
yeah,
us.
yeah,
Look
yeah.
at us.
You know.
We're best friends already.
Definitely.
Once again, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think about Devoe. If you got any questions for Devoe, feel free to reach out to him. If you want to book Devoe for a speaking engagement, definitely feel free to do so. And once again, we'll see you guys next time on Talk Show Tuesdays with the Deja Talk Show. See ya.